Also schnell bin ich auch schon wieder zurück. Okay. Einmal Bericht erstatten gehen. Das steckt ein bisschen dabei. Thank you. So ein Brillenschrank.
Oh, and you folks got your friend back.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Lyria.
I'm Zothba, an information broker. Must have been tough out there, huh, little lady?
Yes, it was.
Zothba, do not frighten the poor child.
Huh? Who's being scary? I'm on my best behavior here.
It pleases me to see that everyone is in good health. I came to lend my support the moment I caught wind of Avia's assault on Seed Hollow.
Speaking of allies, I don't see Roland with you. Where'd he go?
He's been captured.
Oh, crap. Well, look, don't get too down. He's not one to croak without a fight. Maybe we can do something for him, though. You in, Histy?
Most certainly. I am off to make arrangements.
Histy.
All right. Call it intuition, or an overactive gut. But an epic storm's brewing in this here skydom. Don't know how to explain it, but the air's buzzing with emotions. Stuff like joy, anxiety, sadness, anger. You can tell when it's coming to a head. I haven't felt this spooked since the Dolly Island disaster 15 years ago. My point is, you folks ought to haul it back to your own skydom.
What? You can't say that at a time like this.
Look, my sources tell me you hail from Fanta Grande. You've got a fine ship that can cross the Grim Basin. No need to play hero here.
It's not like that. We can't just leave everyone when we know it's coming.
Yep.
Lilith is going to use something called the Pillar of Vayui to destroy the sky. Do we just let her do it?
So einfach verpissen wir uns nun auch wieder nicht. Wir stecken schon zu tief mit drin.
And what about Roland?
Let me be the voice of reason here. You saved your princess. Mission accomplished. So what do knights do after rescuing the damsel? They make sure she stays safe. You're an excellent captain, so I don't need to spell out your next move for you, do I?
We're gonna save Roland.
I'm glad you're looking out for the man. But did you hear a single word I said? Come on. All I'm saying is don't push your luck. Ah, who am I kidding? We both know I can't talk you out of this. But Zega Grande is our home. At least let us keep our pride. Be seeing you around then. And quit with the long faces. We can handle this.
Stadt ist er manchmal aber einfach überbewertet. Zumindest in manchen Dingen.
This'll be interesting. Daddies ain't got nothing on you.
Well, now.
Das ist nicht wieder allein die zurück im Original, oder ist halt einfach nur alles dunkel.
Let me think about this. What should I do?
I smell a new mission.
Also Platinschlüssel. Ja, haben wir noch nicht. Ja, es ist genau dasselbe Umgebung. Es ist halt nur alles dunkel jetzt. Macht es schwerer zu erkennen, wo man überhaupt hinrennt, aber hey.
Great work today, team!
Gut, was haben wir sonst noch so offen?
Well, now.
Cobra, und dafür kriegen wir den Goldschlüssel.
This'll be interesting.
The thing is,
I smell a new mission.
There you go.
Another satisfied client. It's the calm before the storm. You better nab those limited items before they fly off the shelf.
Mitrilrad. Okay.
Never hurts to have some backup, right?
Wie gesagt, die hole ich mir später. Aber zwei haben wir schon mal.
Stay safe out there, okay? But
Welcome. What do you have on you? Can I take a look?
Du kannst jedes Mal, wenn du einen Gegner triffst. Hm.
You can expect only the best.
Haben nichts Neues zum Schmieden, okay.
Temper in your weapons? Leave it to me. It's a great success. Thanks for coming.
Mhm.
this'll make combat a cinch.
Sehr schön mit Damage gegen Schwachstellen.
If you put in the work, you'll see the results.
Nothing escapes my scope. Who wants a piece now? There, that ought to do it.
Skyfarer. Which weapon shall I strengthen? Take
Das Hetzamflügel kann ich mir holen.
So, don't let this be your final battle. And look, I just got some rare stuff. Lucky you! If anybody can save the day, it's your.
Welcome. Temper in your weapons? Always try unlocked. I'll unlock perfect. Come again.
Ich würde sagen, ich kann aber einiges an Schicksalsepisoden freigeschalten haben. Siegeslot für Setter. Ja. Können wir ja mal ein bisschen durchgehen gleich.
Well then, so long.
Und ihr seid auch nicht ausgerüstet.
Need something?
Kann man ein paar Schicksalsepisoden hier.
Sometime after the commotion at Tempeal, life in Folka began to struggle towards normalcy. The breeze was soft and welcoming. I'd been blind to the city's charms before, focused as I was on rescuing Lyria from the Church of Avia. The sun watched over the victims of Furikin's rage as they raised new homes for themselves from the rubble. But once scars have set in, they are slow to fade. Here and there, the children of Tempeal labored with tools too large for their hands. I offered my aid, but the children said their work was their responsibility.
As long as you're sure you'll be okay.
Some distance away, a small boy burst into a red-faced fit. Lyria and I rushed over, hoping to be of help.
Also, vorstellen ich mir, wenn ich Schicksalsepisoden beide mache, wenn wir da potenziell Kämpfe machen.
Please come again.
Gucken wir erstmal noch, ob ich ein paar Sidequests einsammeln kann.
Zathba told us we should get out of Zega Grande, but...
Roland made it abundantly clear that Angramanyu is more than Zega Grande's problem. That power can and will consume the skies.
Exactly. So what I wanted to say was... We got you, Lyria. Just take a look at my bun. Is that the face of somebody fixing to run away? Oh. No, it isn't.
Gut. Gehen wir erstmal nach Volker. Oder im Volker ist alles normal. Interessant. Dann schön haben wir hier hinten eine Sidequest zum Mitnehmen. Dann hier.
Some action? Easier than eating apples. What the? Ja?
Ich einfach, okay, ich bin einfach an der Quest vorbeigerannt. Sehr schlau von mir.
I smell it.
Hier.
New mission. Daddies ain't got nothing on you.
Du hast hier nochmal eine neue Quest für mich haben, oder? Ja.
Let's kick some tail. Ja? Hello there.
Gut, jetzt können wir die Schicksalsepisoden weitermachen. Das sollte passen.
Don't try and stop me. I have to do this.
He hurled his words like stones as he whipped into a run. Concerned, I asked a nearby man about the boy. He explained that the boy's sister was ill, and the lad was after the remedy, an herb called windcrest. The sickness was assumed to have died out hundreds of years ago, but had now returned to torment the child.
And if that's not enough, I heard the woods where windcrest grows have turned into a monster den.
The boy had struck out alone. Folka had no soldiers to spare, for they were all dispatched to Tempeal for the reconstruction effort. No one was left to answer his pleas, but I would. In my heart, I vowed to bring back the child, and if possible, the herb too. I prayed only that I wasn't too late.
Leave the front line to me.
Achso, den Rest der Party nehme ich auch mit.
According to that old villager, this is the place we want to be.
Perfect. Keep your eyes peeled for Windcrest.
Ich habe jetzt nur damit gerechnet, dass ich von mir, dass ich jetzt wieder mit Karina alleine rumrenne, aber ne?
Hey, I think I spy some windcrest.
Earth spirits. Strange. We didn't see any the last time we were here.
Seems like they're attracted to the wind crash. Like this? Maybe they can feel its power.
Leave it to me.
I hate walking through secrets.
To the fight!
Komm her.
You're mine! Death, breathe blood.
Meet your end! Get behind my shield!
There's nothing to fear.
Fantastic!
Pass away.
In one fell blow! In one fell blow! Let's finish them! I need your power!
Yeah, that should be more than enough.
But we still haven't located the boy. What? Where is that coming from?
I don't know, but it can't be a good sign. Hear nothing. This should do it.
You have your blade!
Do you think I'm getting closer to master's level?
I think so. That was great.
Ich nehme einfach trotzdem alles mit. Warum nicht? Ich weiß nicht, ob das vielleicht irgendwas ändert.
A golem. So that's what was behind the tremors.
Crap, it spotted us. Get ready for a fight.
Fantastic!
I don't want that dream.
In one fell blow! No! On me! Say goodnight!
I'll follow you.
You're getting better.
You think so? It was faint, but I heard Furican's voice just now. I think that when Furican covered this archipelago in storms, some of its power fused with the land. And the monster.
Thanks! This isn't the end.
Don't count me out.
Light wall! Heal!
You have my thanks.
Perish! Enchanted land!
Ach komm.
You are a blessing. Very well. Stay focused. Any last wishes? Go for an all-out assault.
Right away. Me. Can I get some of that Furican juice too? This golem is on.
We can't afford to let it run free. Not while that boy remains missing.
Okay.
One fell blow!
Quite right. Let's move.
Get them, Ares! Many thanks. I take you! Look upon your final moment! Blaze of frost! Narmaya!
Yes.
Don't get carried away.
Butterfly. Yep, I'm here. Captain! Yep, here goes. Captain, play. Shine is one. Absolute zero.
Auf nur ein Rückpunkt sieht cool aus. Boom.
Is it safe now?
I recognize that voice. With a final death knell, the golem stilled. The boy crawled out from the tall grass, and I pressed the wind crest into his trembling hand.
Wow! Now I can save my sister! You're the best, lady!
He smiled at me, and with a great burden lifted from his shoulders, skipped the whole way back to Folka. As I watched his happy shuffle, I wished more joy and color into his life of toil, which had been covered by the dust of destruction.
Ja, die hätte gleich noch mehr Schicksalsepisoden, die wir durchgehen können. Na gut.
We made medicine from the wind crest you picked. The doctor said Hazel looks better every day. This morning, she was able to get out of bed and do some drawing. She loves drawing pictures. Thanks again, Catalina. From Al.
And Hazel.
P.S. Please visit Folka when you have a chance.
Schön zu uns dran, wie sie mit Absicht Schreibfehler reingemacht haben. Okay. Auch schöne Episoden, ne?
While out running errands in Folka one day, I came across a crowd of people in the town square. But from the sounds of things, it wasn't a friendly get-together.
I hate you all! Mom, Dad, everybody in this stupid town!
The boy shouted angrily at the adults and took off running, right into me. We both landed on our backsides. Sheesh, watch where you're going, kid. And that's when I noticed the tears streaming down his face. He was clearly upset about something. Hey, you okay? The boy hopped to his feet without a word, shooting me a glare before sprinting away. One of the adults started to follow after him, but...
Please, Doctor, there's not much time.
The crowd stopped him in his tracks.
But I can't just... No, you're right. My patients need me. Forgive me, Lev.
The man closed his eyes, muttered something to the townspeople, and ran off in the opposite direction. Wait, that kid was crying! You're not gonna go after him? I shouted after the man's back, but he either didn't hear me, or pretended not to. Then I felt a gentle hand on my shoulder.
I'm sure he wants to, sweetheart. You see, that boy is his son.
The boy's name was Lev. His father was a doctor, with many patients needing urgent care, so he had no choice but to ask the townspeople to find a son for him. I knew I should mind my own business. I couldn't get the poor kid's face out of my head. He was probably hiding somewhere all by himself, crying his eyes out. I understood all too well how painful it felt to be alone. When Master Sokka reached out to me, it changed my life forever. Maybe it was my turn to do the same for someone else.
Ich frage mich, warum die sich die ganze Zeit die Quests nur um Volker zumindest rumdrehen. Bisher ist halt alles in Volker.
I turned to ask the crew if we could join the search, but they were already gearing up to head after him. It seemed we'd all had the same idea. Just you wait, Lev, I thought to myself. I was gonna find him and put a smile back on his face, even if it meant sticking my nose where it didn't belong.
Okay. Sind wir wieder mit voller Gruppe unterwegs? Ja, sind wir.
The villagers didn't seem too worried about Lev. According to them, he'd have to venture much deeper into the forest before encountering any monsters. But that wasn't the issue. It seemed like nobody wanted to talk about why he'd run off in the first place. It was an obvious cry for help, and nobody was helping. I went through the same thing back in the day. Even after I met my master, there were times when the loss of my parents was just too much to bear. I didn't go so far as to run from home, but I'd sit alone in the corner of my room, hugging my knees to my chest and crying. Whenever Master Zaka found me like that, he'd always perform a silly magic trick to cheer me up. Just like me, all Lev wanted was for someone to find him, to take his hand, so he went off on his own in the hopes that someone would come for him. I'm sure he knew it was selfish, but it was the only card he felt he had left. Do you think this means Lev doesn't want to live at home anymore? I had a feeling that wasn't the case. He's probably just going through a rebellious phase. Oh, that's when kids start arguing and acting out, right? Catalina told me it's pretty common. Did you have a phase like that? Lyria's question was innocent enough, but I was too embarrassed to admit that I'd ever gone off alone because I wanted someone to pay attention to me. Heck no! That's not something befitting of a grown lady like myself. So what if I told a little lie? Our biggest concern right now was Lev, who was out there, probably crying with his back up against some rough, silent tree. He needed a friend, and I was more than determined to be one for him. This forest is as huge as ever. I sure hope Lev's okay. Come on! We gotta find him, and fast!
Kann man wieder irgendwelchen Stuff finden? Anscheinend gerade nicht so. Na, gehen wir mal straight zum Ziel.
Wait, we're still on the edge of the forest, right? What are goblins doing here? No one wins. Leave it to me! Hot enough for you? Let's do this! Great, there's no time to waste. Let's keep it in harmony. Watch out for the flyers! We're gonna need that magic of yours, yo!
Aber doch nicht viel, wenn ich keine direkte Schussbahn habe. Ah, wo ist er denn?
That's a lot of monsters. I guess we'll just have to take them all out. I'm on it. Incoming! Oh, come on! Just leave us alone already! Not late. Pass away. This'll teach you. Infinite wonder! Storm. It's working! The clouds clear. Like that's the last of them. Lev's all alone out there. Come on.
Ich weiß nicht, warum die Schicksalsepisoden so spät kommen, weil mittlerweile bin ich halt schon über dem Level, als was das hier sein sollte. Wisch ist los, aber ey. Das war einfach.
We were lucky we found Lev when we did, or he would have been Monster Chow. But before we could talk to him, the town watch came hurrying over.
Lev, your parents are worried sick about you. Come on, let's go home.
Lev looked away, ignoring the old man's outstretched hand. I could imagine how he was feeling, being treated like he was selfish and immature, when all he wanted was someone to sit down and talk to. The man sighed and scratched his head in frustration.
Your mom and dad are fine people. Try being a little more considerate, okay?
Lev immediately bristled at those words, breaking his silence.
What do you know? This is all your fault!
Knocking the man's hand out of the way, he turned and ran deeper into the forest.
Na toll.
It was like watching a scene from my own past, but I wished he'd get a grip already. The deeper he went into the forest, the more likely he was to get attacked. We had to hurry. Come to view the requests?
Gibt's eigentlich noch einen weiteren Kampfding? Nö. Okay. Gang so danach.
We all split up to search for Lev so we could cover more ground. I didn't see any trace of him at first, so I thought I must have gone the wrong way. But then I noticed footprints that looked like someone had slipped over a nearby ledge. And sure enough, when I peeked down, I saw a familiar figure sitting hunched over, knees to his chest. He looked a little scraped up, but didn't seem to be hurt badly. I was just glad I'd managed to find him still in one piece.
Kinder.
When I told him I was a Skyfarer, he immediately burst into tears of relief. I could tell he was upset with the villagers about something, and that's why he couldn't be honest with them. But as an outsider, I thought I might have a chance. Watch closely. I'm gonna cast some special magic just for you. It was time for one of my master's patented magic tricks. I showed Lev my empty palm before covering it with a handkerchief. I flung the cloth away, and voila! There was a piece of candy in my hand.
Wow, candy!
Here, you can have it. After devouring the candy, he finally calmed down.
Thanks.
Normally, that would have been enough to lift any kid's spirits, but his face fell again as quickly as it had lit up. I guess he really doesn't want to go home. I decided I wouldn't leave him until there was a smile back on his face.
Das zieht sich gerade irgendwie ein bisschen unnötig. Die Story mit dem Kleinkind.
While we were still deep in the woods, I decided to ask Lev up front. Why did you run away? He hesitated at first, but after seeing that I was serious, he started to open up.
My mom and dad used to work as doctors in Tempeal.
Back then, all had been well with their family. But when Furikin went berserk, they lost their home and ended up moving to Folka. That was when things started to fall apart. His parents began to spend all of their time tending to patients who were affected by the disaster, with hardly a moment's rest. Lev watched as his mom got paler and the black circles under her eyes grew darker and darker. He begged her to take a break, but it was no use. Eventually, she collapsed from overwork.
I told her she wouldn't be able to help people anymore if she got sick. She just wouldn't listen to me.
And here I thought he was just a kid going through a rebellious phase. That wasn't the case at all. That's really grown up of you, Lev. You're just worried about your mom and dad, huh?
Yeah.
After hearing Lev's explanation, I finally understood how he felt.
Weltkrant macht's aber die Situation für sie nicht besser.
I knew how hard it was watching people you cared about pushing themselves too hard. I couldn't stand to see my master doing it either. And that's exactly what was going through Lev's mind. He wasn't being selfish. Everything he did, it was because he loved his parents. If it were me in his shoes, I'm sure I'd be worried sick about my parents too. There's nothing wrong with worrying about your parents. I'm sure they're proud to have a son who cares so much.
But
what? Something was still on his mind.
I always wanted to be a great doctor, just like my mom and dad. But after my mom collapsed, I started thinking maybe everybody else was just using them.
Along the way, he'd stopped being able to trust the people of Folka, and he thought feeling that way meant he could never follow in his parents' footsteps. Lev stared at the ground as he spoke, finally confiding his troubles to me. After hearing his story, I began to open up about my own parents. He listened to my words in silence. My parents had also strained themselves too hard after getting sick, and eventually passed away. So Lev's circumstances were all too familiar. Just like him, I felt nothing but bitterness and despair. But there was one difference. I've got to admit, I envy you a little. After all, your mom and dad are still alive and well. While we were standing there talking, Lev's parents and the villagers were probably beside themselves with worry, braving the dangers of the forest to search for him. When I told him that, Lev finally seemed to grasp the situation.
I really messed up, didn't I? I'm sorry.
Are you sure I'm the person you should be saying that to? I stood up and smiled at Lev. He and his family all seemed like really good people. The only thing they needed to patch their home back together was a long heart-to-heart.
Okay, dann haben wir erstmal Ayos Story-Part ein bisschen hier. Oh, der Russet hat auch bisher kaum was gemacht.
During our stay in Seed Hollow, a certain request made its way into our hands.
Ah, endlich mal was in Saatholm.
We were to inspect sightings of a mysterious young girl near the Seed Hollow Castle.
You don't think she's a ghost, do you?
I put a hand on Lyria's shoulder to comfort her and asked the client for more details. According to reports, the young girl appeared to be looking for something. Workers helping with the castle's restoration effort would attempt to approach her, but she would vanish before they could get close. Each sighting would spook another handful of builders, until there weren't enough hands to complete repairs. By all accounts, it seemed to be a ghost. Of course, I couldn't admit that to Lyria. It was not uncommon for spirits to take refuge in ancient ruins or castles, and play tricks on any unfortunate souls passing by. They were almost never malicious, even friendly sometimes. However, we couldn't take our chances. I just wished we had more information to work with. There was something familiar about this story. I just couldn't quite put my finger on it.
Naja, dann Investigation Time. Oh, wow, kommen wir da auf Story voran. Okay. Ein extra Slot für Setter. Nehmen wir gern mit. Ja, stimmt. Das ging um den kleinen.
Oh, hi, Azeda. Fancy running into you here. You're just as pretty as the first time we met.
Come on.
I had started to wonder if I'd ever see the little heartbreaker again. Guess I got my answer. We talked for a bit, and I learned his name was Vaughn. I knew which question he wanted to pop, but I didn't have time to humor him today.
Warum, Mann? Warum Final Fantasy 12 Reference? Oh, ich glaube, das ist nicht mal unbedingt eine Referenz, aber weil man ja dort mit Doppel-A geschrieben wird. Aber es erinnert mich sofort an Waren aus Final Fantasy 12.
A hospital in Seed Hollow was in dire need of medicinal ingredients, so it was off to Fondom for me and the crew.
Okay, gotcha. I understand.
Well, that was easy, considering how he kept pestering me. I didn't expect him to be so reasonable.
I know better than to get in the way of your job. I am a little worried, but I'm sure the monsters won't give you any trouble.
You got that right. I eat monsters for breakfast. Aw, how sweet. The little doodlebug had total faith in me.
Stay safe out there. Come back in one piece.
I will. As I left to meet up with the crew, I made a mental note to pick up a souvenir for my biggest little fan.
Okay. Warum spielt sie so sehr mit bei dem ganzen Ding?
I think that's everything on the list. Good, cause this heat's killing me. Let's get back to the ship. Nope, nothing to see this way.
Warum nicht schwören?
Can we please get moving? I'm turning into jerky over here. What the?
Oh, could be a sign this place is ready to blow sky high.
Well, I'm not sticking around to find out. Let's keep moving.
Got him!
Being boiled alive is bad enough.
Now I gotta deal with wyverns?
I think the ground's sinking into the magma.
What? Don't get ahead of yourself. Screw these flying lizards! Where's the exit? Ow, hot! Can't go that way.
Just grab ingredients, they said. It'll be easy, they said. This bites. Fire spirits!
I'm sorry I ever set foot in this oven.
Oh Leute, die haben selbst gekillt.
Infinite wonder! That is seriously hot.
Wow. Oh Leute, das resettet komplett, wenn ich ihn... Okay. Okay.
What the?
Holy. Could be a sign this place is ready to blow sky high.
Well, I'm not sticking around to find out. Let's keep moving.
Ja, das habe ich jetzt nicht so erwartet, aber hey.
Being boiled alive is bad enough. Now I gotta deal with wyverns?
I think the ground's sinking into the magma.
What? Screw these flying lizards! Where's the exit?
No kidding. Let's keep it up.
You said it. Ow, hot! Can't go that way.
Ah. Mies. Okay, sehe ich schon.
What the?
Holy.
Bisschen Abfuck.
Could be a sign this place is ready to blow sky high.
Well, I'm not sticking around to find out. Let's keep moving.
Being boiled alive is bad enough. Now I gotta deal with wyverns? Keep up!
I think the ground's sinking into the magma.
What?
Der ist mir zu nah an dem Rand da dran.
Infinite wonder!
Now it's on.
bin auch dran vorbeigegangen.
Just grab ingredients, they said. It'll be easy, they said. The spice.
Fire spirits!
I'm sorry I ever set foot in this oven. Got infinite wonders! If we can get to that higher ground over there, that should lead us back outside.
Can you pick up the pace? The magma's rising even faster!
Great teamwork, everyone!
And yet there are still greater
Now
heights
I'm
to
fired
climb.
up.
Flucht. No one
Komm doch her.
Oh yeah!
What's this? What? God. Okay.
What the?
Holy! Could be a sign this place is ready to blow sky high.
Well, I'm not sticking around to find out. Let's keep moving.
Being boiled alive is bad enough. Now I gotta deal with
I think the ground's sinking into the magma.
What? Screw these flying lizards! Where's the exit? Ow, hot! Can't go that way. Just grab ingredients, they said. It'll be easy, they said. The spice.
Fire spirits!
I'm sorry I ever set foot in this oven.
Na los, renn.
Got 'em! Infinite wonders! If we can get to that higher ground over there, that should lead us back outside.
Can you pick up the pace? The magma's rising even faster!
Now it's on! Show 'em who's boss!
Hello?
tear them down.
I got this!
Well done.
Bring it on!
Let's keep it up!
1,000 war.
Got 'em! Infinite wonder! Appreciate it!
Whoop. Ja, okay, ich darf ihn gar nicht fighten. Ich darf das gar nicht kämpfen, alles klar. Wie dumm ist das denn?
What the?
Holy! Could be a sign this place is ready to blow sky high.
Well, I'm not sticking around to find out. Let's keep moving.
Being boiled alive is bad enough. Now I gotta deal with wyverns.
I
God.
think the ground's sinking into the magma.
What? Screw these flying lizards! Where's the exit? Ow, hot! Can't go that way.
We got monsters hot on our tail. Fighting them will only slow us down, though.
Just grab ingredients, they said. It'll be easy, they said. The spice.
Fire spirits!
I'm sorry I ever set foot in this oven. Ah! If we can get to that higher ground over there, that should lead us back outside.
Can you pick up the pace? The magma's rising even faster!
Heads up.
Einfach weiter durch. Gut.
I think we're safe here. Maybe.
Man, I really worked up a sweat. At least we didn't lose anyone.
Grand Cypher's just up ahead. Come on!
Das war so unnötig gerade. Aber gut.
making a gal feel loved. And to show my appreciation, I'm gonna turn you to scrap. Free. Perfect.
Let's keep it up. Look,
We
let's
are
not get
full
too
close.
expect any less. Here goes. We got right behind him. Get that sucker down.
And that's the plan. One pile of rebels coming right up. Close call.
Du wie LUI ist zu wenig Platz.
Here goes. Oh yeah.
Do your best, people.
Got him. Oh yeah. Playtime. Loser. Okay, this definitely qualifies for hazard pay. Oh, who am I kidding? Probably won't even see an extra rupee. Don't move on. This should. Spread your wings. Now it's on. Huh? Forward. My place. Keep your wits about you. To victory.
God.
Say your prayers. Hey, what's this? A piece of rock from the golem? I like the way it glitters. Might make a neat souvenir for a certain someone I know.
Was kann ich schon noch?
Great hustle, guys. Welcome back, Zeta! Vaughn was the first person to greet me when I returned to Seed Hollow. He ran over to me like an overexcited puppy. Here, I got you a little something for being good. Whoa! This rock is crazy! It's all shiny and stuff! I'm a pro at picking out gifts, if I do say so myself. After all, what kid isn't mesmerized by shiny objects? Vaughn wouldn't stop thanking me. I honestly didn't think he'd like it that much. But in this case, I was happy to be wrong. It's amazing how you made it out of Fondom without a scratch. You're a one-woman wrecking crew. Can't argue with the truth. Anyway, it's cool that you're being nice to me, but I don't mind when you play hard to get either.
Come on.
The nerve of this kid. Are you blushing? What? His confidence was respectable. Admirable, even. But seriously, get real, little man. Talking to you makes my head spin. Does that mean you're falling for me? No, it means I'm worried about your future. Years from now, Vaughn's gonna be breaking hearts left and right. Mark my words.